All right, we're going to go ahead and solve this inequality. So when you have something like this and you start to get into those multi-step equations, you need to remember to simplify before solving the inequalities. So we're going to simplify first and then solve. So here we have 2 minus a negative 10 is greater than negative 4t. So we know that those two negatives turn into a positive. 2 plus 10 is 12. And then we just want to get t by itself, so we're going to divide both sides by a negative 4. Wait, hold up. Did we just divide both sides by a negative number? Yeah, we did. So we need to remember to flip that sign. Flip it real good. Okay, so yeah, you need to make sure the t is always on the left side. And then the alligator is eating the tea, so it needs to continue to eat the tea. And there's our answer right there. So the last thing to do is just to graph it. So we are, negative 3 is between negative 2 and negative 4. What is that, a closed circle or open circle? You're right if you said open circle. And t is greater than negative 3, so it would be everything this way. Okay? And then on to the next. All right, we have negative 2 minus, negative 4 multiplied by the quantity 2 minus x is less than or equal to 8. So we want to get this x by itself first. We could do it a couple ways. We could divide both sides by the negative 4, or we could distribute the negative 4 to both items. Either way would work. I think I'm going to go ahead and distribute this negative number first. So negative 4 times 2 would give me a negative 8. A negative 4 times a negative x would give me a positive 4x. Okay, then I want to get x by itself, so I'd add 8 to both sides. 8 plus 8 is 16. Divide both sides by 4. And we have x is less than or equal to 16 divided by 4 is 4. So then we just need to go ahead and graph it. So I'm going to find that 4. Is it an open circle or closed circle? Closed circle. And x is less than or equal to 4. So it's going to be all of these numbers could be solutions. So anything could be a solution here, no solution there. Okay, these are the solutions. All right, let's go ahead and look at a different example. Example 2C. All right, this one involves some fractions. Woo! So we're just going to go ahead and solve it like we normally would. Solve it for f. So I need to get rid of this 1/2. So I'm going to subtract 1/2 to both sides of the inequality. Now when I do that, I see that I would be subtracting 1/3 minus 1/2, and I can't do that because they don't have a common denominator. So I need to get a common denominator between 2 and 3, and that's basically, if you count by 2s and you count by 3s, what's the first number they both have in common? Well, it would be 6, right? So we would multiply the 2 times 3 to get 6. And whatever you do to the bottom, you have to do the top. And to get 6 with 3, I would multiply it by 2. And you got to do that to the bottom and the top. And then, so what I'm left with over here, 1 times 2 is 2, 3 times 2 is 6. So this would be 2 6 minus 1 times 3 is 3 over 2 times 3, which is 6. Okay, so this cancels, and then we're left with 2/3 f. So I just need to go ahead and simplify this, and 2 minus 3 would be negative 1 over 6. This would be 2/3 f. Okay, so I need to get f by itself, right? So I'm going to go ahead and multiply that by that reciprocal to both sides. And what happens? All of these cancel. That's wonderful. And what happens here? Oh, I can cross cancel the 3 and the 6. They have a common factor of 3. So 3 goes into 3 one time, 3 goes into 6 2 times, and then we multiply across. And bring my work up here. All of this turns into f is greater than negative 1 times 1 is negative 1 over 2 times 2, which is 4. So f is greater than negative 1/4. So that's our answer. We're going to go down here, find negative 1/4. That would be an open circle. And f is greater, so it would be everything this way. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So now it is your turn to check it out with example 2A. So I want you to go ahead and pause your device, work that out, solve the inequality, and then graph it. When you get done, press play, and we will talk about the problem together. All right, we're back. Let's see how you did on check it out example 2A. The first thing I'm going to do is simplify those exponents there. So 5 to the second power is the same thing as 5 squared, or 5 times 5, which is 25. Now I'm going to solve and get m by itself, so I have to do the inverse of this positive 5, which would be a negative 5. That cancels. I'm left with 25 minus 5 is 20. And then trying to get m by itself, I got to do the inverse operation of multiplication, which would be dividing both sides by 2. 20 divided by 2 is 10. So there's my answer. If you got that, awesome job. Now we just need to go ahead and graph it. You know it's going to be an open circle, and m is everything greater than. So if your graph was right there, you did a wonderful job. Okay, let's practice this again with check it out example 2B and check it out example 2C. You're going to solve, simplify, and graph. So here's my friend the pause dragon. Remind you to pause your device, work out those two examples. When you get done, press play, and we'll go over the answers together. All right, let's see how you did on this first one. Ooh, there's a lot going on here. I think what I might do is go ahead and distribute this 2 first and just try to simplify this side of the equation. So 3 plus 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 4 would be 8. Then I can simplify the 3 and the 8. And I have 2x plus 11. Okay, now I want to get the x by itself, so I'm going to do the inverse operation of addition, which is subtraction. That cancels, we're left with 2x is greater than 0. 11 minus 11 is 0. Then we need to divide both sides by 2, and we get x is greater than 0. So if you got that, awesome job. Then you just need to graph it. It's going to be an open circle, x is greater than, so all the solutions are anything this way, not including 0. If you got that right, amazing job. If you didn't, go ahead and fix your notes so they look exactly like mine. Let's go down to this last one. Check it out, example 2C. Woohoo, we're dealing with fractions. So we want to get x by itself. We're going to do the inverse operation of a negative 1/4, which would be adding 1/4 to both sides. These would cancel. Whenever you're adding fractions, you need a common denominator. So for 4 and 8, that would be 8. We're going to multiply the top and the bottom by 2. That leaves us with 5 8s plus 2 8s is less than 3 8x. Let's go ahead and combine like terms here. So they have a common denominator, so we just add what's on top. I'm going to kind of move that problem up here. So 5 plus 2 is 7 8s is less than 3 8x. So now to get x by itself, it's multiplied by this fraction. We're just going to multiply by the reciprocal to both sides. And then all of this cancels out and becomes 1, so it's just x. And over here, we are looking to multiply fractions. 8 and 8 have a common factor of 8. 8 goes into 8 one time. 8 goes into 8 one time. We multiply across, and we get 7/3. And so we have to write the variable on the left side. And 7/3 is about the same thing as 3 goes into 7 2 times with 1 left over, so 2 1/3, right? So I think I'm going to kind of think about this as a fraction as I'm trying to graph it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is look at 2 and 4. I know 2 1/3. I'm going to split this in half because that would be 3, right? And it's 2 1/3, so then I just need to divide this into thirds. So this would be 2 1/3, this would be 2 2/3, and this would be 2 3/3, which would be that. So right here, 2 1/3 would be right here. Whoops. 2 1/3, and it is an open circle. Here's our answer. It's an open circle, and it's x everything greater, so everything this way would be the answer. So if you got this and you graphed it correctly, a great job. If not, go ahead and fix your notes, and we will see you next time for example 3.